Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files.
We have not been free, and we will never be free under his rule.
Dice is gonna scream out, "Let the man speak!"
Still working up the courage.
Yeah.
And I said, "This guy definitely has a point."
When Gregor says, "Give us pronouns or give us death," Bravo's like, "Yeah!" And then I lean over to somebody next to me and I'm like, "What's a pronoun?" So I just yell, "What about the disappearances?"
They see you as a problem figure.
Well, they're not wrong.
This move is called Dangerous and Sexy.
It's teetering on the brink in any direction.
Rise together and hear what our leader really thinks of you. But I will die before I let this thing rule us any longer. To the river and to freedom.
I'm gonna do what's the thing that they do in the track and field, the shot put?
This is a pretty good throw for Rex. You make it a good way. As you hear this wailing man just fly into the river, you hear this loud splash. You don't see Roger after that. We see Gregor and Golden One standing there as they watch you head off, and as the camera pulls back in this beautiful drone shot, and we see the entirety of Danu Funk, and then we cut to black. The scene that we left you all in when we ended the last session was driving away from Danu Funk. Gregor and Golden One are standing at the gate, kind of waving you goodbye as you trundle off in Bravo's van. Your van has taken some damage. It's a little worse for wear from when you brought it here due to a little run-in with some ginormous mutated wolves the previous evening. But it still functions, and you are now, all three of you, on your way back to Eden.
What about the Corolla?
If you want to take the Corolla, you can.
Or should we leave it?
Nah.
Should we leave it with Gregor and
leave it with Gregor? We left it with
and Golden One.
We left it with them.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is Bravo at one point sticks his head out the window, and a bug just flies right into his throat, and he starts coughing like crazy. That's my canonical explanation for why my voice sounds like this today. It's not a cold. What? No.
No, we're not sick. No, not at all.
Some of us aren't.
The doctor is.
Ironic.
A mechanic's car never works. A doctor is never healthy. No, but yeah. So you all have a couple of hours before you're going to make it to Eden. What are y'all doing? What's going on while you're on the road?
As part of Dice's supplies, she's gonna just have, because in her gear it says, I think, 2 barter worth of oddments worth 2 barter. So she just has a couple of medical books that she knows, she's got them basically memorized, but when she's bored or has nothing to do, that's what she reads.
What are you reading there, Dr. Dice?
Just some books that I've picked up over the years about medicine and things. Would probably go over your head if I'm being honest.
Ooh, can you read it out loud a little bit?
I mean, if you guys want me to, I guess. And she'll start reading her books out loud, and they're like technical and medical stuff.
So literally every time she says she reads like a technical word, Bravo stops and asks her what it means.
She'll stop and explain it.
So how long does this last before you give up on reading it out loud?
We'll say this.
Rex has to ask at one point. He's like, what's the point of this story?
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Once Rex asks the question, she'll just be like, yeah, so it's not a story. It's just like textbook material. So I'll put the books away. She'll tuck them back in her bag.
Oh, I feel like I was learning so much. You got
My
through
mom
two
used to
whole
read me
sentences.
stories back a long time ago.
Mine did too, which is how I learned how to read.
I did not learn how to read.
Oh, well, I mean, if you ever want me to read you something, I will.
It's okay, Rex. Lots of the people don't know how to read.
Oh, I don't mind at all. I've got other things I need to read, like people, situations,
Menus,
sitches.
the drinks of the day.
How's the road going? Bravo's kind of trying to split his attention, but I want to take good care of this van.
I see. Yeah, the road. It's the same kind of thing as when you came. You're hopping from pocket to pocket of green vegetated area, so as to avoid the open kind of more Mad Maxian landscape that's in this immediate area. As kind of like as we described it with Eden, it's these pockets of like green temperate area that just kind of for some reason dot the landscape like bubble wrap.
Oh yeah, just so weird, and I love it.
You know, Bravo, I was thinking, you know what this van could use?
An ice cream machine?
No, you need some sort of mounted weapon up at the top or something. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah, when I was on the road, when I was on my way to Eden one time, I found there was a bus that was being driven, and it just had the sweetest, like, minigun at the top, and people were just firing at some of the rocks in the distance for fun. It looked great.
You know, I like the way you're thinking. Did I tell you about the wolves?
Oh, what wolves?
The wolves?
Yeah, when I went to set up the audio rig, got attacked by mutant wolves. It was crazy. I don't know if it has anything to do with the furniture situation or what.
That sounds absolutely terrifying. So was it when you left with Golden One to get the van?
Yeah. No, yeah, like, here. I like rolled down one of the windows. I'm like, stand up on the seat and look at the top. There's like a bunch of scrapes on the roof now.
Are we still moving as you tell me to do this?
Yeah,
Who's driving?
I am.
Oh. So you're just trundling down the road. It's like it's not dirt, but it's like a broken up pavement, and you're just like, yeah, Dr. Dice, just like hang out the window and check out the roof.
I will double check when we stop.
Okay.
I don't trust my abilities to be able to hold on to a moving vehicle whilst hanging out of a window. Apologies.
Bravo, I gotta say, you understand this vehicle pretty well, don't you? It looked the same exact way to me.
I mean, kind of. I guess since I haven't really learned a lot of things in my life, getting into that mechanic shop was something to really focus on.
You've learned a couple of weird techie things, didn't you? You set up the sound system. You rigged something up with that bomb when we blew up the police station.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn these kinds of things?
I mean, I just, believe it or not, this has just been the past few months for me. I don't know. I didn't really have anything that I knew or anything that I was connected to when I got in Eden. So, people tend to not be annoyed when you ask them about a trade. And so, that was the best way I could start learning something, because when you start asking people about other basic stuff, they look at you funny. But, I could always ask Durf about anything in the shop. So, I don't know. How do you learn stuff? Like, Dice, how did you get to be a doctor? Is there some sort of post-apocalyptic school for that?
It's kind of just the opposite of what I do, right?
Essentially, it is just the opposite of what you do. A long time ago, I had a friend. A couple of people, really. I saw somebody just get sick and die because they couldn't get their hands on the right medicines that they needed I had one of my friends, get stabbed, as seems to happen so often here, and I couldn't do anything to stop them from bleeding out. So I took to just learning as much as I possibly could. I would move from place to place to, find things like these books here. And eventually I just kept practicing, kept going. Honestly, I'm not proud of everything that I've done so far. But really my goal here is to keep as many people alive as I can.
Unless there are enemies.
Okay. So yeah, you are the opposite of Rex.
Unless there are enemies and trying to kill us, that's...
You're keeping the right people alive.
Yeah, I'm getting used to the enemies curve. So, I did want to know, why did you guys, say yes to helping Eden out and going to Denu Funk?
I was looking for merc work mostly. I've been doing some odd jobs here and there. I stayed in Eden for a while because, it's one of the nicer towns I've come across in my time since I left my old home. Well, yeah. So I decided to stay for a while, got myself a nice small place, and have been doing some jobs for a few months now. It works well. Kinda reminds me of a little bit of my older times.
Okay, makes sense.
It seemed like a good idea when the mayor explained it. Honestly, it doesn't make much sense, because I guess before when I've tried something like this, it went so bad. I don't know if the mayor knew about that, but maybe I had something to prove. I'm not sure, but it sure as heck was, went smoothly this time. Well, not smoothly, but it definitely went somewhere.
Well, wait, what did you try doing last time?
Oh, yeah. Rex, remember when we met out in the wastes? And I was just kind of wandering around. I didn't really know anything out there.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I had run away from the place where I grew up, because I tried to get everybody to realize how messed up it was, and they did not listen, and it went really bad. Barely got out of there. So, screw that place.
Screw that place, for real.
But, I guess not every place is Siliconia. Like, those people in Denu Funk, they seem to have a little spine to them left. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to see the shop again, but if there are a bunch of other crazy, messed up places that are as easy to knock over like a stack of blocks, then I don't think I'll be staying in Eden that long.
I got a question, actually. Is Siliconia where you got that thing in your head?
Yeah, everybody has it there.
What is that?
It's like a second brain, kind of.
Excuse me? Second brain?
Yeah, it's like when you think of, when you're like, oh, like, what happened? Like, what was this? You can either think of it in like your meat brain, or you can think of it like, oh, like what, like in your metal brain. Like when you try to remember something, like you have two. That's how it is in Siliconia. Everybody's like that.
But what about that time when there was like smoke and stuff coming out of it?
Oh, Rex, I have no idea what happened there. Like, this is just like technology. It's a computer. Like it's not magic. And honestly, mine's broken. Look, and I like pull off like the rest of the pull up my beanie and like take off the bandages to show like they're little ports, places for plugs to go in, and they're kind of chewed up and jammed up. I'm like, yeah. Ever since I realized how this thing could be used to mess somebody up, I haven't been eager to fix mine. So figuring out where Gregor was, I don't. It certainly did something funny to my metal brain, but it wasn't from it.
Where was it from?
I don't know. It was in between.
In between? What's the in between?
Buddy, I don't even know the names of all the oceans, and you're asking me to explain to you some unexplainable, unimaginable phenomenon that I just discovered. If somebody could tell me, that'd be great.
No, I think I understand. Not fully understand, but that in between you're talking about, I definitely know where you're coming from with that. I've had some crazy things happen before.
We'll figure it out. If we keep doing weird stuff like this, I'm sure that we're gonna have some crazy moments.
Do we have plans to keep doing stuff after this?
Well, we're just going to get our next job, aren't we?
I mean, we'll get back and let's talk to the mayor, but it sounded like this wasn't a one-off. I don't know. I don't know what it was like when she first approached you about the job, Dice, but I guess that would have been a lot earlier than when she talked to us about it. Maybe her plans have changed.
Only one way to find out.
That's for sure. How much longer do you think we have until we get there?
Hey, MC, how much longer do I think we have until we get there?
I think you have about one simple narration until you get there. Hey, for those of you who don't know, we actually do have a Twitter. It's at Aaron Ignota, AARONIGNOTA. If you go there and you follow us, you'll be able to get updates and things about the show that you wouldn't get just listening to it otherwise. So go there and check it out and you'll stay in the loop. Thank you so much for all of those who have been listening to this podcast. If you would just be able to go and subscribe on whatever platform it is, or share, send us a review or a voice message even on Anchor, that would be wonderful. We love hearing from you and we love to see your feedback, and we want to make sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. That would be a true tragedy. So go ahead and do that. And I think that's everything. So we'll get back to the show now. As you tunnel towards Eden in the van, you actually see the city looming over the horizon. It's actually this really picturesque thing because you left late in the afternoon, and so you're getting here basically as the sun is going down. So you've got this Eden is being lit up as you head towards it. The sun is behind you, and so you're just getting this beautiful golden hour kind of image as you see steam and smoke rising from various chimneys throughout the city. But you also see workers outside of the city wall. They're working on various buildings and structures. The city, it seems, is, I mean, they've been doing work and trying to expand a little bit, but it's just something you notice as you come in. As you are driving towards the western gate, which is where you would have left, you see a man that comes out and hails your van as you enter.
Who is it? Do we recognize him?
So this is not someone that you have personally met, Bravo.
Oh, okay.
I guess you better pull over. Oh.
As I get closer, I say to the other two, Do you guys know this guy?
I don't think so.
I've never seen him before.
I mean, maybe he's new, or maybe we just haven't come across him. But let's be on our feet. And then as I get closer, I slow down and I roll the window.
Oh, yeah. The man he walks up towards the car. He's dressed pretty simply. He's got a button-up shirt and blue jeans. He's wearing sturdy kind of boots. His shirt is tucked in. He's a little bit older than y'all think. Kind of Gregor age range.
Okay. From the perspective of most people who have managed to survive in this crazy world. He's ancient.
Yes. This man may as well be a tree to the people who were born after the apocalypse. He's a stout, sturdy. He's got a bald head, but a good sized mustache adorns his face. And as you roll the window down and he approaches, he says, "Well, howdy, y'all. Good to see you back."
Howdy, stranger.
He reaches a hand through the window.
Rex shakes it.
We may not have met yet, but I presume we will be a good acquaintance. My name is Buck.
Nice to meet you, Buck. I'm Rex. And over here, we've got Dr. Dice and Bravo.
And I'm Bravo 9er 5 India 68 Kilo Whiskey Tree Zulu. Nice to meet you.
Or just call him Bravo.
I will definitely be doing that. It's good to see that you all made it back. We weren't too sure. Y'all seemed to have made good time. Did everything go good?
I think everything went pretty great.
It went unbelievably. I was going to say unbelievably well, but then I just, left off the wall.
Unbelievable.
I think that was pretty par for the course. Get in, do the job, get out. What, you normally not have things go that easily?
So then I've been around these parts long enough to know nothing goes simply.
Oh, weird.
Indeed. Well, we're so glad to have you back, and I know that you will probably want to rest, but it'll probably be more important to debrief with our good old director Slater before we turn in for the night.
All right.
Mind if I hitch a ride?
Yeah, hop in.
All right, cool. So Buck hops up into the van with y'all as you go in through the west gate and have now entered the city proper.
I'm imagining the door is one of those ones where you like pull the handle and then you have to slide it, but it's like a little bit sticky. Like you have to like really put your shoulder into it to slide it open.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's so many bits and bobs of my improvised workshop back there that there's not really any convenient place for him to sit. He has to move a bunch of stuff off like a chair that is there, but it's just like covered in like little mechanical things.
Yeah.
Buck, it's been a while since I've heard someone with an accent like yours. Where are you from?
Well, originally, before everything went to crap, I was from South Carolina, but now I find myself up here in this beautiful area in New England and whatnot. It's kind of amazing. I'm certainly surprised that people can still call it New England. It's they're still here. It's just New England, I guess now.
New England.
Did you not take geography, boy?
Oh yeah, no, I took it, but it deleted after 24 hours.
That's strange.
I don't know what that means, but whatever.
I think that's the second brain.
Oh,
you got two brains, boy?
No,
Okay.
it's
we
okay.
we just met.
Inside-
Take me out to dinner first.
Inside joke there. Don't worry too much about it, Buck.
I sheepishly pull my beanie down to make sure it's covering everything.
Just a piece question. What's the Eden task force called again? Maybe I have it written down.
It was definitely written down somewhere. And
Eden Initiative.
Yes, the Eden Initiative.
Perfect.
The Eden Initiative with the "please change the name later" tag on it.
I think we should be called the Loco Liberators.
I can work with that.
I'm just gonna keep calling it the Eden Initiative. How long you been a part of the Eden Initiative?
Well, son, it's been a little while that I've been working with Miss Leda about the initiative. See, I was brought on as a deputy a little while ago, mostly to help with the city as we've been expanding it and making room for those who are coming in naturally. But until we sent you all out, that we didn't see much of a reason to put too much emphasis in my current job. You could describe me kind of as immigration specialist. Really, I just help people as they get acclimated to this new society that they are coming to. And hopefully with the work that y'all have been doing, we'll be able to increase those efforts and make it something a lot more efficient, but also help expand Eden quite a bit. You may not have seen this before, but it's really incredible. The city is expanding at quite a rapid rate, and we're hoping to continue that. And as he is saying this, he's pulling a little piece of paper out of the breast pocket of his shirt, and he he shows it to y'all and he hands it out, and it's this map that has concentric like colored rings, you know, kind of like you'd look at like honest to goodness, it kind of looks like those maps you see on, if you're like, what's the fallout range of this like nuke that goes off, but it's used in this case to designate like, hey, this is when this part of the city was built, and this is when this part of the city was built. But you see this area that's like future expansion. They've at least Buck personally has these aspirations to grow the city to huge extents.
Okay, that map looks great, Trent. Did you make that?
Indeed I did.
I know what he used.
GIMP?
No, I mean just like with the map, like the street and the generation. I used that extensively for my Cyberpunk campaign. I digress.
Buck, your job is gonna get real interesting. And then I start explaining to him what ended up happening and what our plan was with Gregor and Golden One as we left. I have a question about the setting though. As we're driving into the city, you said it's kind of evening, sunset, so I imagine there are lots of people outside. Do they react to us? Like, I don't know how secret our mission was. Is it like a hero's welcome, or is it just like there's a car driving?
Yeah, so the people that are in the street, it's really just like a car passing by. It doesn't seem like your mission was broadcast to people. You know, there's a couple people, you know, like they recognize you from the shop, Bravo and Dice, from the work that you've done. Just people who can see into the car. They'll, you know, like a couple people wave as you trundle on by and you park the car wherever it is. But yeah, it's not like you know, cheering crowds line the street and are, I don't know, hailing you with well mets and my dudes.
Sounds good.
But yeah, as you're like explaining this to Bucky, he kind of responds to you and goes, "Well, slow down, son. There's no point in saying this twice. You're gonna have to explain things to Miss Slater as well."
Fair point.
And so in perfect transition, you're now at the civic center, the town center, the building where you originally met Miss Slater.
Good. I take what I learned from Gregor, and instead of walking to the door, I saunter.
Saunter.
Now.
Oh,
Saunter now. I love the new word.
I walk as normal with all guns.
No, join me. Saunter with me.
Nope. Mine's more of a lumber with purpose.
Okay. Purposeful lumber. All right. Dice,
a swaggering, purposeful lumber.
Describe your gait for the audience, Dice.
She gets out of the vehicle, and as you know, we've got sauntering and we've got
lumbering.
Rex lumbering, and Dice is just walking behind.
No.
Boo.
Buck makes sure to stride as he goes into the
see, Dice, you're fired. Buck is.
I can't believe Dice has gotten shown up 3 times.
I can give. Fine. She sachets in.
Oh, I don't even know what that means. Okay, you win.
Beautiful. Alrighty, so you're able to enter the building with no issues. You head over to the office that Catherine occupies, and Buck knocks at the door lightly, and you all enter just a few seconds later after she says the door's open or unlocked. You enter, and she goes, "You're back already?
Howdy, Miss Slater.
Surprise.
Job's done.
It's done? It's been 2 days.
Yeah, we liberated Danu Funk.
This is incredible. Not only you have to tell me everything, and you don't have to do it in this medium because this is what alighting time is for."
I just pull out my phone and play the podcast.
Oh, I think we got some audio recordings of it.
Technically, we did get some audio recordings of it.
Retrieving file. Dystropia.
Our meeting.
That's true.
With Roger.
Oh, that is a good point. Okay, we tell her everything.
The killer wardrobe.
The time Rex threw someone out of a window.
Maybe we don't tell her everything. I certainly don't mention...
When Bravo killed a man.
Bravo dropped a brick on his head. Gregor gets kidnapped. Blows up guard station.
As we explain what happened, what's the look on her face?
Can I read a person actually? I want to,
Absolutely.
as we've, as we explain all of these things, she's excited because we did it so fast, but also I'm sure there's going to be problems with this. So can I read a person?
Definitely.
Okay. That is an 8.
Okay, so you get to ask one question from the list.
What's your character really feeling?
So Catherine is feeling awe. In like the truest sense of the word, it is a shock and an amazement to her that you're able to do it, but also you're able to do it this fast. It's a shock that to the lengths at which you went to do this. But she gave you a carte blanche to do whatever you want, and so she's gonna honor that and maintain that. I think awe is the perfect word for it because you can tack whatever suffix you want onto it and it'll work, whether it's awesome or awful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's definitely a couple of moments of that where it's like, and we blew up the entire guard station and burned maybe up to 25 people alive.
And then also the ones that were just trying to escape, I just shot and killed.
Oh.
Yay.
Okay.
We're such good diplomats.
But most importantly of all, we deposed the leader by throwing him into the river, and then we installed Golden One and Gregor as the leaders.
Yeah, so they're tying up loose ends. In a couple hours, I think this is going to be an election, but things looked pretty good when we left. So they're paving the way for an official unification with Eden.
You all have done incredible work. This is more than I'd ever hoped for. Actually, this is exactly what I'd hoped for. This is exactly what we sent you in to do. This is okay. Honest question though. Is there anything that I could have done better to prepare you or give you the resources you needed to do this?
Can we have a better car?
What? I am offended.
She goes, we can see about that. I don't know what Terry has working in the garage. There may be some that are better but don't run yet, and so we'll see what we can do. But I think you've definitely earned some better wheels if that's what you desire.
Out of context, really quickly, I'm still holding my level up, and one of the 2 things I'm looking up is potentially the get a vehicle.
Oh, I like it.
In fact, I think just for my, I think maybe I can just apply that now. I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, and so just like another like out of context, out of character thing to explain what's going to be going on. So you've succeeded this. There's going to be some stuff like you have downtime in Eden. We're gonna play like this session that we're playing is going to be the entirety of downtime in Eden. It's going to represent like a 3 or 4 month period.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Like yeah, so we're like if you've got like upgrades or like things that you're going to be doing that's like I got a vehicle or whatnot, like we can apply those, that's for sure. There are some people in Eden, like if you want to go and see people or find a supplier, like I know Dice has wanted to do.
I want a supplier.
Yeah, you can go and you can do that kind of stuff, and we'll be able to role play that out. This is downtime in Eden now. So if there's like I want to find a house or like whatever, like we'll work that out.
Okay, I'm spending my point on get a vehicle, and I do have the page open, so I can like write that up and then send it to you in a moment.
Yeah. And if you want to like just like kind of pick things that you want or like that you're thinking, we can like narrate you picking up the car from the depot or something a little in a couple of minutes or whatever.
Sure, sounds good.
And so what happens is you finish or this you finish this discussion with Catherine. Buck's been hanging out in the back of the room. Just kind of listening and nodding along and just not really participating, but just kind of being a fly on the wall for what's going on. And at the very end of the conversation, so Catherine she says, "You all have done a fantastic job. It's getting late, and I think you definitely deserve the rest for your works. But I did promise to pay you. I'll cover your room and board while you're in Eden for what you need, but we'll give you a little bit of money for the good work that you've done." And so, she'll send you out and back to like the treasury area, but each of you can mark that you've earned 4 barter.
Ooh.
Good. Well, thank you. Sorry, how should I address you? Is it Miss Slater? Lord Catherine.
It is definitely not Lord Catherine. You can call me Miss Slater. You can call me Director Slater. You can, after this, honestly, you can call me Catherine if you want. Just only in private.
Miss Director.
Close enough.
What's the next job? Are we? How much time do we have to rest? Are we going? Do we have a plan for where to move on from here?
So we're working on that. We're doing the looking around and determining what place we need to send you next. Honestly, I would expect a couple of months before we give you another assignment. But if it looks like we're sending you where we think we're sending you, it's probably going to be a community called New Pittsburgh. That's been going on, but we're going to keep doing some digging and see if we can't get y'all a better way to start than just going in blind.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Are there any other questions or things that you wish to ask of me? And that's addressed to the entire group.
I shrug and look at the other two.
Nope, I have my money, my payment. I'm ready to go until you need me again.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days. I think I need to get some rest.
I need a drink.
Yeah.
Plus,
I need
have
a
this
nap.
bug that threw into my throat, and I can barely talk.
You know, I can, if you would like, I can take a look at that.
I'm sure you have more important things to do.
It's up to you. I'm open.
Now, the problem here is that I'm going to need to think of some explanation for why I sound like this all 3 months. Just at the beginning of every scene that I'm in, another bug flies in my throat. That's what's happening.
I think at this point, the meeting is dismissed, and you are all free to go back to your places of residence for the night. We know Bravo lives in his van, kind of at the back of Durf's shop, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Rex has a little apartment, but where is Dice's residence in Eden?
Dice also has just a little apartment. She's still, not super new, but still fairly new, still a couple months into Eden, I guess.
Like less than a year?
Less than a year, yeah. And so she's got just a little apartment that she lives in, but she's still trying to see if there's any place that she can get work or, help out or get some sort of reputation going, that if people need help, they can come to her with medical issues, if they're sick or anything. So she'll that's kind of what she'll do. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question. Are there any immediate actions, directly after, besides going home and taking a well-deserved nap, is there anything that is you would immediately do after leaving this meeting?
I want to start to get to work on my car. Whether it's being helped provided for by Eden Initiative or not.
Yeah, so we'll say so Catherine, she gives you the directions after the meeting to the garage where Terry works. He's the vehicle coordinator, the government in Eden, and so you're able to meet up with Terry. You enter it, and it's a space that's got probably a half dozen, maybe 8 at most, vehicles, all in some state of disrepair. But you're able to go shopping with Terry for the vehicle that you desire. So,
oh man, well, I just want to make sure that I have this done right.
Rex, why don't you describe the vehicle that you've chosen out of this selection in the warehouse?
Looking around at a few of the different vehicles, there's a few of he likes the idea of the bikes, but he's part of a team, so he needs to make sure that whatever's available, that it can fit more people. And he has a chuckle at the I don't know if there's a steamroller or a bus that's pretty scrappy.
I think there is a steamroller in there, but the big tire, that's not a tire, the big metal roller
cylinder,
yeah, the big cylinder is basically just eaten through with rust, and so it's currently non-operational.
Oh, how sad. But Rex knows it when he sees it, and his eyes fall in a garishly yellow and slightly rusted 4x4. We're talking Hummer yellow.
Oh, grody.
But a bit smaller. Yeah, I'm just going with something that aesthetically looks like a Hummer.
Yeah.
A bit of a
that's
smaller
fine.
Hummer, because I do want it to be cramped as one of its weaknesses, but we'll get there.
Okay, so when you gain a vehicle, it has strengths, looks, weaknesses, and battle options. But since you're specializing this to be a battle vehicle, it's going to get a little bit of extra tender love and care. So what are the strengths that you chose for your vehicle?
I chose that it wanted to be rugged and easily repaired.
Okay.
It needs to be the endurance and the toughness is critical, because when you're driving through gunfire and other car-on-car combat, you need something that really, yeah.
So you so far you've got you're building something that will literally go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like this thing is rugged. It's a 4x4. It's easily repaired. I'm hearing rock crawler like none other.
Maybe I can upgrade it to have off-road later.
Maybe
it's not actually super off-road, but maybe that's just due to the handling.
Yeah. What does it look like? Like looks, I should say. There's the category for looks.
Yeah, it's powerful and muscular.
Just dumping all the testosterone into this vehicle, though we can.
Oh yeah. Actually, no. Maybe instead of oof. What does hard work mean?
Not sure. Let me look through the rule book.
Oh yeah, because there's like actual stats that come with these options.
Yes. Okay, that was totally useless. I've got a 309-page PDF.
Oh.
The word hard worked only appears once in the making a vehicle section. So I think what it means in this case is kind of like when you see those like the landscaping, like the old landscaping trucks, or like the trucks that people like to do concrete or other various forms of construction. This thing, it's been worked. It is an old hard driven vehicle. Maybe it's got some dings or dents, like flicks of paint or like concrete dried on it from ages past.
Okay, yes, I changed my mind. I want it to be powerful and hard worked. That's what it looks like. Again, along with its kind of gnarly yellow. Yeah, I imagine that there's still like a ton of like dirt caked on this thing.
Oh yeah. This thing has never been cleaned ever since it came. The only time it was ever cleaned was when it came out of the factory back in 2020 something, maybe.
It was in one acid rainstorm that helped clean a little bit of dirt off.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that took away the paint too. Had to be redone.
Took some of the paint. Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. Here's the really interesting things for me anyways. What's the weaknesses? What makes this car not perfect?
It is loud and it is cramped. I like to imagine half of the cramp is just because Rex takes up a lot of space and his weapons will too. But it's not a comfortable fit getting in there.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and it's loud.
One of the things that I imagine, yeah, so it's loud. One of the reasons I imagine it's cramped is because the battle option that you took was so with a 4x4 you get 2 battle options, and I think if I'm reading your diagram you sent me correctly, you double tapped +1 armor.
No, so I was confused because there's a section afterwards for the special battleized vehicle. So I don't know if it means I pick 2 from the thing above, or if I get 2 from the creating a specialized battle vehicle.
Let me see.
Second image that I posted below.
Okay, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to use those the specialized battle vehicle because that is a driver move that gives you access to that, I believe.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. That no problem. I'm going to go with armor and handling.
So yeah, so I imagine the reason why your vehicle is so cramped is because you've added, after you found this vehicle, it was most of what you wanted, but it's not quite what you wanted, so you're able to add some extra armor, some like extra steel plating and whatnot, but you decided to put it on the inside of the vehicle as to not affect the amazing aesthetic that you've found. And so the inside is just, it's cramped because like you've added a roll cage and like plating in all the doors and whatnot. So it's like the interior of the car has shrunk.
Excellent. I love it.
And here's one thing that I will give you. So if you want to have, because I know in these special battle vehicles, one of the things you highlighted was a mounted minigun.
Oh yeah.
If you want to work with Bravo, you can engineer something to that tune. It'll just take time and some resources.
I think I'll keep it as it is for now.
Cool.
Could it be that soon I will be actually using the main class feature of the Savvy Head for a whole second time.
Terry's helping me shop right now, right?
Yeah. So like I think like you find this car and it takes a little while because like you find it, but like it needs a little bit of help. It's like 95% of the way to running, and so like you're able to help Terry as he finishes. You finish fixing it up, finding spare parts and cannibalizing some other vehicles to get this thing into running shape. But I think over the course of about a month, you're able to get the car to the point where it meets the stat block you've generated.
Absolutely perfect.
Nice.
Rex is going to have to come up with a name for it.
Indeed.
We'll get to that. He'll reveal it later.